Oh shit. Oh shit. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? It's been a long time, but we're back. Let's talk about it. Podcast is back. This podcast is real simple. Let's talk about it. That's all it is. Anything you want to talk about. The reason this podcast came about is because I spent a lot of time on social media since we've all been quarantined together for just about a year now. And I've learned things about my friends and family that I never knew before. Some good, some bad. But what happens is we have this negative context of Facebook especially, but all social media. It's like you can't have a grown folk conversation. We can't go to the bar and talk about it. We can't go out and do nothing and talk about it. So this is it. We can come together. You can join the show. The link is at the bottom of the screen. It's real easy. Any streaming device, pop in the link. You got something to say. You want to talk about whatever the topic we're talking about. You pop on the screen, you enter, and we just kick it. Sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's an hour. We just talk about it. Whatever you want to talk about. It could be literally the what's better, creamy peanut butter or crunchy peanut butter. Or it can get political. What's better, red or blue? What's better, Trump or Biden? Anything is on the table. You bring up the topic and we talk about it. I keep saying we, right? I keep saying we. I'm sitting here by myself. You know, I got my beautiful co-host. A lot of you act like you like them, but you probably don't like them. But it's a good thing. You're not supposed to like everybody, but he's a good dude. He has good points, and he's always there for me when I need him. You know, there he is, Scott. Oh, what's up? We call him Scott motherfucking Hicks.
What's that name?
He is a good friend of mine. He's been gone a while. Been a couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe.
I think so, man.
I felt bad, man. I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask Scott to be my co-host, man. We got some good chemistry. The only negative parts I get from it, like I said, I get a lot of people saying, "Hey, man, why don't you get somebody a little less left than the?" It's like, well, I invite everybody to come on, and that fucking left wing dude, as you call him, somebody called you the left wing assassin or some shit. I was like,
oh,
dang.
really? I like that.
Yeah, and then my other friend was like, he's not left. Because he's probably more left than you. That's what I'm saying. It's like, keep creating me. Tell me what I am. Come on, tell me. This fucking society today is just crazy. So you said you wanted to come in and get some things off your chest?
Yeah, man.
Correct. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. I suck. What's up, Mr. Hicks? TJ Bell in the building. Again, if you're in the we got some live viewers right now. If you're viewing the show, please make a comment, like, or anything in the comments, because I don't know who you are until you comment. The stream is on. I mean, the link is in the comments. We're live from the Who Cares Podcast YouTube page. We're live from my page, and we're live from the Let's Talk About It Facebook page. Please go like that page, share that page. It's awesome. We're just trying to have fun, man. Spread the love, get everybody a chance to talk about it like grown folks. We already got Latoya Smith with a like on my video already. See how that works? We already got a like in the building. TJ Bell is on. Let's see what else I want to tell y'all. Oh, let me put this up. So the link is always at the bottom of the screen. But also, please just go like that page. Hit the share button on this video. I mean, that's all we're asking you to do. All the shit that I share of everybody else's. If I see a small business owner, if I see someone trying to have a nice little side hustle, I've had people on the podcast. We interview them. We send customers to them. All I'm asking you to do is hit share. That's it. You don't even have to watch. Just hit share. Let somebody else have an opportunity to watch if they want to watch. We have another special guest that's going to join us today. He's going to come on a podcast, I think, next week. One of the reasons I started this podcast is because of this man. because we've had so many and nothing but love, but we've had some great, passionate conversations, mainly about sports, but other things as well. Rap, we're both into rap, we're both into sports. He's my godson. Represent, what is it, Glen Lee down there? Is that the Glen Lee area? We call that shit down there. Represent, not Eastern Henrico, not Western Henrico, not quite Mechanicsville. We gonna call that shit Danteville. We gonna bring in Dante Smith. What up,
Yo, yo,
dog?
yo, yo,
There he
yo.
is.
How y'all doing today?
All right, man.
Pretty good today. So far, so good. So far, so good. So Dante's been wanting to come on the podcast. Matter of fact, I think he's in the kind of ready to set up his own podcast. He talks about a lot of things, man. Like I said, he does. What is your name of your page called? Let me bring this shit
DNA,
up.
DNA Collectibles. We do a lot. We talk a lot of like
DNA.
statue, any type of new movies that deal with, fantasy or, sci-fi, horror, to get away from the everyday normal.
Yeah, he's definitely a movie freak. He knows everything. Don't try to argue with him about a movie. That's for sure.
I like the wall behind you, man. What's all up on the wall behind you?
Oh, those green screen,
different
baby?
artists, man.
Yeah, definitely. His house is like a museum, dude. It's so awesome. I'm gonna bring up some stuff.
I collect artwork from different artists. They if I go to Comic Cons or I talk to different artists. If I like their artwork, I buy, support it, and put it on my wall.
Yeah,
Figure it was
cool.
something I like to do. So if I see an artist and they got a good print, I'll go out, spend a little money, and frame it up myself and throw it on the wall.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, but that's art. I'm more into the statue thing. He's got so many. I'm trying to bring it up now. Let's see. Here we go. So that would be like they're collectible. I guess I don't want to say collectibles. It's just I never seen anything like. Look, I think that's Bruce Lee right there.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's. Is that Brandon and Bruce Lee?
No, that's Bruce Lee and Scarface. That's my start.
Yeah. That's
Al Pacino version of Scarface by
and
Satchel.
You got Predator, Alien.
I got Pinhead. I got that's the T-1000 from the Terminator. Both of those from both Sideshow collectibles. Artwork. Some of them are 1/5 scale. Some of them are 1/4. I get it. Like I said, I get it from Sideshow. It's a company that do specialize in statues.
Nice.
That's how I started off. That was the start of my collection. Most of those I've passed on or sold because I had to go bigger.
Yeah, he went bigger. Like he has I'm trying to find it. Oh, your photos. I'm having trouble here.
Oh,
he's got he made I don't like to put everybody's shit on the street, I guess, because they're valuable. But he's made really nice glass showcases for him with LED lighting. It's dope, man. It's so my kids love going there. They love that shit.
I like it.
So visit DNA Collectible Statues /entertainment. It is a private group, but I'm sure he will let you in if you want in. So let's talk about the statues for a second. Tell me what your most valuable one, whether it's monetarily or just what means to you. If you had to get rid of all, Shorty was like, yo, they gotta go. You could keep one. What is it?
If I had to keep just one particular statue,
just one statue. That's it. It goes on your desk. That's it.
Oh man. That's putting me on the spot right there. I don't have one. I just have to let them go. But if I tell you what, I couldn't just pick one. No, I couldn't just pick one. But I do have a Ninja Turtle set that is my favorite. It's my favorite for a whole nother reason. It's 5 pieces that I put together, and I got it for a Christmas gift. Shockingly, somebody was getting rid of it, and my daughter loved Ninja Turtles. At that point, she was younger, and I used to try to make her watch the 1991 Ninja Turtles, the original that most people watch when coming up. But then they made the new one with all digital, all the digital turtles. And my daughter, she saw it for the first time. She wanted to watch it every day, so we watch it every day. And they went on sale, and somebody had them, and I bought all 4. I bought the first 4 of them. and I made a display, and she just sat there and watched it every day. Like, oh, this is dope. This is mine. This is mine. If anything happened, this is all mine. It's mine. And I ended up buying the Splinter not too long ago and completing the set. And to me, if I had to get rid of every statue I had and keep just that set, that
You
would
would keep that set. That's what's up.
Set of 5.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Like this one thing you gotta keep. You just gotta keep it.
Yeah, that's set of 5, and it's super heavy. So I like the way it's cast. I like the way they did the artwork. I like the the weight and everything is just perfect on that statue.
Is that your most expensive set?
I mean, if you put those 5 together, they probably would be.
Yeah, so there you go. It works both ways.
Yeah.
Get your most expensive set and the most important to you.
Most
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So, Scott,
Yeah.
conspiracy theories. That's what you wanted to talk about.
Well, it's one of the things. Yeah. There's a lot of them out there. It's funny because I actually was reading this thing right before you sent me that text about why people believe certain things. Like, let's just say, and it doesn't have to be a political thing, but what I was reading was specific to the number of people, or which types of people are most likely to believe that our last presidential election was not on the up and up.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing, I mean, I don't think you're not going to. It's not going to be news to know that it's mostly Republicans, but it's the ones who actually are not casual observers of politics. They're the ones who know more about politics and process.
Really? I was thinking opposite.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go another way. Like, I got friends and family of mine. I'm bringing up someone's Facebook right now. And never in my life, and she's my family, and I've known her for my whole life, ever mentioned a politic in my life, and her Facebook page is just filled with it. I was like, what politics? So, but you're saying it's more with people that are more into it, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least again, I was just reading this article, and again, this wasn't something specific that I wanted to talk about. And in fact, I don't know, it's not even a specific conspiracy that I wanted to talk about.
Just conspiracies in general.
Yeah, in general. And it kind of drives me a little crazy because, me, I'm a person who believes in reason and logic, and there's so much that doesn't make sense to me.
All right, so let's do a non-political one. Well, if you think about it, you could probably try to make them all political because most of them are like, the government did it, man. But let's just try to keep like 9/11.
Okay.
Like your boy Dante's also a huge wrestling historian, like WWE all that shit, WCW, all that shit. So he'll understand.
Okay.
Like I don't know why I just said that. I pointed out the WWE for a reason, and I didn't want to forget.
9/11?
And I forgot. No. Oh yeah, I did. You're right. Thank you. Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh,
okay.
He's like really into that shit, right? And he was on a radio show, and he was convincing everybody that they went in there with the global thermite paint and painted all the walls so it would fall fast. Like straight up, it was a conspiracy theory. I don't know if I believe that there was global paint, global thermal paint on the walls, but like they might have known. What makes it a conspiracy? 2 people conspire. 800 people conspire. Did he get the message 5 days before in the POD for the president that we're going to have an attack and he didn't take it seriously? Is that the conspiracy? Or did people go in there and make that shit fall? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What's the conspiracy about it, I guess, in your opinion?
I'm not even sure, I'm not even sure what the TJ with this thing. Maybe we'll circle back to that, man.
Definitely GameStop coming out.
I guess the conspiracy, I really don't even know what they are for 9/11. It's that I guess the government was behind it somehow, rather than it being an attack. The actual the answer that we've all come to believe, which is that this was an attack by Muslim extremists led by Osama bin Laden, right? So the problem here's where we have a problem with conspiracies, and whatever conspiracy you tend to think, if you want to say that the government's behind it, this is a problem with these conspiracy theories. Yeah, you can have a conspiracy with 2 people. You might be able to have a conspiracy with 5 people. But once you start adding more and more people who have to keep shit a secret, it becomes exponentially more difficult for the truth not to come out.
What about building number 7? It collapsed. It collapsed on itself. Buildings. It looked like a controlled demolition to me with global thermite paint on the walls.
So I think about stuff like that, right? So did they have to paint the whole building?
That's what I'm saying. Like he said, they were painting all the steel rails. Like, come on, man. Like that's what you're saying. Like all those people would have to been in on it.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people.
That's the problem with conspiracies is conspiracy theories and believe in them.
This is the first time this is my dad. The first time my dad's been on a podcast. And he said, "Hi, Thomas." Mm-hmm. That my mom comes on every week, but that's the first time shout out to Norma Gadori. I wouldn't be here without you, son. I mean, Dad. Hey, so Dante, what one would you say walking on the moon? Like, what's a conspiracy that you're like convinced that it didn't happen like it says it happened?
Chemtrails.
I was gonna go with you. The walking on the moon. I can go with that. Off the top of my head, I mean,
you think we walked on the moon in 1960, whatever?
I don't think we did. I think
I don't think
a movie.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You can almost see the things hanging from the guys. We could put the video on right now and see
feels like one nice movie.
Yeah, a horrible movie because the graphics were awful back then.
Yeah, you couldn't
imagine that. That's a good point. That's a good point. What the hell do you think we could fake today? With the technology we got, bro, we can fake anything. Yeah, I like that. I bought Joe Rogan's old studio. See that? He was selling that shit. He left. Chemtrails, man. I know, man. I'm telling you. There were some chemtrails out in my backyard the other day. I said, man, listen, that don't look right. But how I feel is I don't think we walked on the moon then. I'm not saying we haven't done it, but that is not the evidence. I need something else better than that. And that probably was to boost the NASA. I could understand why they would do that. That's the part. Sometimes people get bothered and they're like, "Oh, too many people have to be involved." And I'm a why guy. Like even if there's a lot of people involved, I think it's more believable for me if there's a why. I got to find the why.
Well, that's part of it too. I think I think that the people don't ask, okay, what's the motivation for that? And while I do believe we walked on the moon, there would have been a motivation to fake it because we were in a space race with Russia. And so if we could convince the world we were there first, then that would convince the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a good reason.
Makes sense.
Like the most recent one from last weekend. Those referees, they get Tom Brady to the Super Bowl. They conspire to get him to the Super Bowl, but we know why they want Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, so that doesn't bother me so much. Yo, I don't give a hell. Look, Scott don't watch football like we watch football. Dante, you're lying to me if on that friggin' last play when they called that pass interference call, that's pass interference, that's bullshit, and Green Bay would have a shot to go down the field. You want to talk about that real quick?
I mean,
how the hell you take the ball out of how you take the ball out of the MVP's hand on 4th and 8? I coach 11-year-olds, bro. Okay. 11-year-olds. 4th and 8, right? I will say all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. I get it. You're down by 8, right?
Okay.
But you're on the 8. So even if you throw an incomplete pass, you got them pinned back to the 8 with all 3 of those timeouts and the 2-minute warning as well. So you're gonna have to stop them. You're saying you gotta stop them anyway, right?
Okay.
How do you take the ball? What I thought was gonna happen is he's gonna score a touchdown and they were not gonna get the 2-point conversion because people think that's real easy, but they don't get it a lot. So I thought that's how they would lose. And when I saw that field goal kicker coming out, and you couple that shit with what they did in the draft to the fucking bad man that is Aaron Rodgers and draft a quarterback, and then you do that, the only reason for it, I struggled for 2 days. I looked at everybody's comments. I already know how Dante feels about that shit. I'm just saying that together, that's a conspiracy. Let's talk about that conspiracy. They want him out or what?
All right, so I'm gonna break down the drive. So you said he had three shots at the end zone before they brought out the kicker. So that was first drive, first down, one incomplete pass. Second down, another incomplete pass. So this is that bad man Aaron Rodgers, as you say. Third play, he goes to pass the ball. Now, I'm not saying I know I'm not fast, but even I, with all the Haagen-Dazs on my heart, could have made that touchdown play with no problem. Aaron Rodgers chose to throw an incomplete pass. At that point, the coach is like, we still got to get 3 regardless.
There you go.
So he kicks the 3. He had to get 3 regardless. And
no, you don't. You don't have to get 3. You're down by 8. You can score a touchdown, a 2-point conversion to tie the game.
If I miss this,
or let's give it to the GOAT and let him end the game. He didn't. Tom Brady didn't need a touchdown. He didn't need a field goal. He needed a first down, bro.
Right, but
if he's the second greatest of all time, you know he's gonna get the field goal. I mean, he's gonna get a first down.
But by all means, they needed a touchdown and field goal. I can't remember the point. I think they were down by like 10. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm 100% sure they were down by 8 because I bet on the game, bro. They're on the 8-yard line. There was 4th and everything was 8. It was destiny.
I can't look it up because I don't have my phone in front of me. But I'm
they kicked the field goal and they lost by 5, so that's 8.
They kicked the field goal and they lost by 5. Okay, so that would have been 8.
So all he needed to do. My point is this: what's easier? Aaron Rodgers, I know you can mention all the stuff. Trust me, dude. I'm not a lover of him either. He's lucky the 49ers weren't there because we beat the shit out of him every time we play him. We know how to play him. And I think he is overhyped. I'm just saying from a coach's perspective, how dare you think that you could take the ball out of his hands and give it to Tom Brady? If it wasn't for the penalty, in hindsight, if it wasn't for that phantom-ass pass interference, they would have got the ball back with about 2 timeouts and 1:13 left, and then we would have been able to prove if Aaron Rodgers is that motherfucking man, right? But to take the ball out of his hands and don't even give him the opportunity, who are you? Second-year coach in the NFL? Are you kidding? We ain't talking about them giving the ball to Alex Smith. We're not talking about taking the ball out of Garoppolo's hands. We're talking about taking it out of Aaron Rodgers' hand, which, by the way, is the MVP, right?
Right.
I think he got 5.
Was it?
It's probably going to be him. I don't think they announced it yet, but it's probably going to be him. It's going to be him. And he threw 5 interceptions, and yes, 3 of them were with Tampa Bay, like all season long. So besides playing Tampa Bay, he's threw 2 picks and like 40 touchdowns. So it's not like he's beat up. Not to mention, the only thing that would help the coach would be that Brady did throw 3 picks, looked like a dog shit in the 4th quarter as a GOAT, and should have threw 5 picks. So I see where the coach was coming from because Tom Brady was struggling, but it's still Tom motherfucking Brady, man. You would do the same thing, Dante. It's easy to say now. You're going to kick that field goal and take your chances with getting the ball back is what you're telling me. You think that's easier than scoring from the 8-yard line?
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's wrong. I think that this coach saw it in the moment. He saw like Aaron Rodgers wasn't getting it done because nobody puts it on Aaron Rodgers. Everybody puts it on the coach. This is a brand new coach on his both starting seasons. He got to their conference final. So
I know, and he's good.
Right. So at that point, now you're second guessing him. But any other coach would have done that. They would be considered coach of the year. Everybody would still give him respect because this is his first 2 years.
Yeah.
First 2 years and. He's making it, but nobody wants to put the fact that Aaron Rodgers choked. He could have ran that ball in at any time.
I know that was a big
wide open gap, but it's all.
And even if he doesn't get it, no, I agree. Trust me, dude. If there's another quarterback that I hate in the NFL more than Tom Brady, don't get it twisted. It's Aaron Rodgers. I'm just saying, I don't think you take the ball out of the league MVP's hand when all he has to do is score, and take it to give it to the other guy that could have won MVP and the GOAT. I mean, you're just giving the game away. Taking it out of your player's hands is all I'm saying.
I like how you call him the GOAT, though. I'm glad you learned to appreciate that, though.
You see, I'm putting up those quotations because that's a different show. I got. No, I know. I'm not even saying he's the GOAT. I'm saying, well, first of all, if he went, we could get into this, but it's a whole nother podcast. If he wins, I do have to make a statement, and I will do it live, and I will break down from 2000. By the way, how old are you, Dante? I just thought about this. He won his first Super Bowl in 2000. I was still in the military.
35. So I was not in high school. I had to be close.
Well, when you were in high school when I met you, and I was definitely out of the military by then.
So he wasn't.
You might have been middle school.
What is he? What is he? He started 2000, right?
How old are you? 35.
Yeah, he started.
Oh, you're only 7 years younger than me, actually. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so if I was in the Navy, you were starting high school, maybe 8th grade.
I think he started in 2001. He got to start in the 2001 season, if I'm correct.
Yeah, something like that. I think he started in 2001. But anyways, my point is we can go through the whole thing. His first 3 were all by field goals. One of them 48, one of them 47. Just in mathematics alone, we know that one of those could have missed. So let's give him 2 out of 3 of those. Marshawn Lynch and company handed him another one. He got beat twice by the Giants. And then the last one he won, you got to give that to Belichick. Wasn't it 13-3 and he threw 0 touchdowns in that defensive matchup with the Rams?
Okay.
Right? I mean, really?
So are you going to take away that loss where he broke the record, went over 5,000 yards, and Bill Belichick refused to put in a cornerback that was their main cornerback? And that's the side that the Eagles seem to light up. That side that without
they still pulled off the Philly special, though. I mean, they beat them, man. They played a good game and they beat them. Do coaches make bad decisions? Absolutely. I'm just saying everything's always like, oh, it's like now, especially fucking 80-20 Belichick. Like all of a sudden Belichick's a bum. First of all, who plays 22 years at quarterback with the same coach? And Scott, Dante might not know because we just found out how young he is. But in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, the way you could hit a quarterback, ain't nobody playing. Now, if you touch them in their face, literally, you touch them in their face, it's a penalty. So it's just different, bro. It's just so different.
Is that the QB's fault or the league's fault? Because that seems more like a league.
It's not the QB's fault. I'm just giving you reasons why. I'm probably going to have to eventually call him the GOAT, especially if he wins. But I will always have my asterisks. Because I think if he was like, do you think he's the best football player to ever play football?
No,
that's impossible.
That's a Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson.
Exactly. That's my point. It's not like he's born and he's like this badass motherfucker. A lot of things happened. He took a lot of pay cuts to keep those teams where they're at. Belichick is good. And you could judge him on everybody's like, look at this year. Well, let's see. Tom Brady handpicks and goes to probably the best. Let's all shake our heads. Yes. They have the best roster head to head, everything. Defense, special teams, running, everything. You can't get a better roster. And I would argue
Chiefs?
that New England has the worst roster.
Chiefs, I'm thinking
Chiefs? You mean Chiefs? Oh, you were talking about the Chiefs?
Chiefs offensively.
I thought you were
no, Chiefs offensively can match up, but top to bottom, roster to roster, he joined the best roster in the league and then brought a dude out of retirement. And then gets another dude out of retirement. Like, come on, man. And you're going to compare this season for Belichick? Get the fuck out of here. Belichick has no money. The cap is crazy, and he has no players. Don't give me no Cam Newton shit either. Cam might not even have a job next year.
Okay, so back to even your conspiracy, going back to the original topic of conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's like whenever somebody wins that somebody don't want to win, it's always an excuse. but they never look for the excuses in the way of the losing team because it's their team. Everybody wants to see Tom Brady lose because they get tired of seeing him.
Well, they love him or they hate him.
It's no in between. So he had to be paying the refs, which makes for great memes because I love to share a good meme. But it's like
you did share that, and I was surprised. That's why I give him props. He diehard defends Tom Brady, and he's the biggest LeBron sexual besides Unc that I know. But he will fuck with him if it's a meme involved. Like he will do it.
I'm a factual person. But it's always something. But you clearly see that holding penalty, but you'll never get nobody. I mean, with a whole handful of jersey while we watching, the dude almost jumped on his back, for a piggyback ride, basically. And people can clearly see it, but because they don't want to see it, it's like, oh, he got. I
know, but we talk. You could call holding on every play, blah blah blah. I'm not even talking. I'm talking about the big shit. I'm talking about how you got first and goal on the fucking 1 yard line. First and goal on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl, and you audible out of a run play to Marshawn Lynch when Marshawn Lynch was Marshawn Lynch. Right. You could run the ball 4 straight times, and you throw the ball. I love him. And Butler hits the interception. Tom Brady was sitting on the bench about to start crying. We could bring it up right now, the video. He jumps off the bench like, oh, shit, I won another Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. Like, shit has to happen for that kind of success.
Though. But that's politics, though. They didn't want Marshawn Lynch to be the MVP and to have all that love. But that has nothing to do with Tom Brady. No difference than. But
from a football perspective, can you agree with me that he wouldn't have that ring because they would have gave it to Marshawn at least 3 out of the 4 times? If they stop him all 4 times and then pick him, different story. First and goal? And the play was called that, and then he audibled out of it. To be fair with what Russell said was there's a certain formation, and if you read something, you come out of it. But when you're on the goal line and you got Marshawn Lynch, you never come out of it. Not on first down.
Okay, so but if it goes, if it's a success and he hits it, everybody's gonna be like, nobody saw that coming because everybody thinks we're gonna get Marshawn Lynch. It could have worked either way. It's only when the play doesn't work that you get criticized.
I would have criticized him. I would have criticized him. I would have been like, holy shit, they didn't run the ball, dumbasses. That worked out. But it worked out.
You're a coach. So let's take out the non-coaching people. Nobody will remember that he threw the ball on the first and goal and won the game. It's only because it failed that they're sitting there going, oh, well, it's a bad play. But it's also not on the coach because Russell Wilson threw the ball. He could have ran in. He got legs. It isn't like he's not.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's literally like he just said. And not only that, but he threw in the middle. Like we all know, you throw the fade to the outside if you're going to throw the ball there. Like I mean, it was just like almost like Russell had money on the game or something, which I don't believe that either. But that's what I'm saying. What's the conspiracy? Did Pete Carroll not want to give it to Marshawn Lynch and make Russell the hero? I'm with you. But that's a conspiracy. That would be 2 people conspiring to try to make that shit happen. What do you think, Scott?
I think 2 people conspiring is a hell of a lot easier to swallow than 1,000 people conspiring.
Yeah, but now you're saying, oh, if we get down to the goal line, we're going to throw a pick. We're not going to run the ball. No, I don't think they did that. But I'm with you with the politic part.
Well, let's go back to what you were saying. What's the motivation for it? What would be the motivation for that? And I don't see one.
Well, I can get one for the motivation. You had a defensive team. You had like hard hits. You had Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman,
Legion of Boom, baby.
Legion of Boom, and the only person Legion of Boom liked was Marshawn Lynch on offense. They were like a clique. Russell Wilson's coming up. They want Russell Wilson to be the future, and they're like, wait, we got these guys right here running the locker room. They didn't want that. They knew if he becomes MVP, you have to keep the whole team together now. Yeah. And Russell Wilson wouldn't become who he is. They didn't want that. They didn't want Marshawn Lynch to be the face of the franchise. Why? I have no idea. But you can clearly tell that they wanted.
Oh yeah, they didn't like him anyway.
Correct. They wanted their QB to be the face of the franchise. They were not letting that. They were going to do everything they could. And if he runs that in, he's on every commercial. He has dreadlocks and he eats Skittles, bro. That is not what they want. They want that. They don't want that. He does not stand for the anthem. You were not, and this is before everybody even noticed. He was not standing, and most people didn't notice because they didn't care about Marshawn Lynch. He never stood. He just sat the whole time. So you can imagine what would happen had Marshawn Lynch ran it in there, and then next year they would have tried to. He would have been MVP, and then they look over to the sideline. He's eating Skittles during the national anthem before the whole kneeling thing was really.
I'm only here because I don't want to get fined.
That's right.
I'm only here because I don't want to get fined.
Right.
Much respect for that. I loved that.
He was doing it before it was even a popular thing, but people would get a little antsy and get upset about.
Yeah,
it.
I got a quick story about my man Marshawn Lynch. Trust me, dude. I'm a 49er fan, so I hate all of them. But I love all of them. It's so weird. I hated Richard Sherman. I love him. Great fucking dude, man. Awesome. You wouldn't believe it. And he's at this place too. So I go to the Michael Robinson football camp every year. And I did when my kids played at that. But so I went like 4 years in a row. 1 year I volunteered. It was awesome, dude. And all the guys are great. It's usually the same group, but a couple of different guys. Like a bunch of Redskins went, and they were doing drills with the kids. And Richard Sherman, I have a video of him showing my son how to play cornerback. It's so awesome. But I was there all day. I was filming, and I was live. And he was doing the drill where all the football players held the pads, and these kids don't have pads on. They have no helmets on. They're just in a t-shirt, shorts, and cleats, right? We're at Verona High School. And they run through that, and they, all the players hit them, and they try to lower their heads and get to the end. Well, Marshawn Lynch is at the end, and he's just lighting the kids up, dude, with the pad, like knocking them off their feet. So if they're really young, like probably like 5 to 7, he did do them pretty good. But if they were high school and middle school, he was lighting these kids up, dude, like hard. I was like, oh my God. So I started filming that shit, and he's cussing. All of them are, not trying to cuss. He's like, come on, motherfucker. Come on. Come through the hole, motherfucker. I'm like, oh, shit. There's kids everywhere. There's like 500 kids. And he's just blasting these kids. Kid comes running through, lowers his shoulder. Marshawn sends him off his feet, lands on about 5 feet away from him. He broke the kid's leg. They took him to the hospital, and he broke the kid's leg. He paid all, sure, he took care of all the medical bills. And then he was like really sorry. But he was freaking himself, dude. It doesn't change. Like, that's just, they ain't no acting. Like he was eating Skittles and dropping motherfucking bombs. Like, it was awesome. But I respect that, because I would have did the same shit to them punk ass kids. He's great. Richard Sherman's great. I mean, God, they're just, and I hated all of them, bro. Russell Wilson, you know how I'm from here. I'm not from here, but I live here. Like, I think I went to his mom's house and fixed her treadmill. He's a local boy, I want to like him, but he's a Seahawks, so I can't. But how unhappy of a man do you have to be to hate Russell Wilson? I mean, I still hate him because he's a Seahawk. But if he's a 49er, I'll buy his jersey tomorrow. Isn't he married to Sierra?
Yeah.
I mean, good googly moogly, but she has a baby with a rapper, I think. Future, yeah. So see, he's a good dad, he's a good stepdad, he's a good husband. The press conference, I mean, nobody does it better. Like, he's awesome. He said Future probably hates him. Future probably hates him. He definitely hates him.
No, he definitely hates him.
That's hilarious. Well, we got through that. That was great. I didn't think we could start talking sports and stop, but you're coming back, Dante. I'm not done with you. I'm not done. We got so much to talk about. But back to what we started with. I like fun conspiracies like that. Like the Seattle Sea, it doesn't affect nobody but them. Like, it's not going to be changing the world or knocking down towers and killing 6,000 people. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a big difference of the big ones that people think. Like, this whole thing is a conspiracy, right? They I guess the DNC developed the virus so that we can vote from home, and then the Democrats could win.
Is that really? Are people actually saying that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
See that? All right. So the problem here is the lack of critical thinking. I mean, they want to believe crazy shit, or they don't like Democrats. They're just trying to figure out some reason to really dislike them. But I mean, come on. I mean, that's just so incredibly far-fetched.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that the word Patriots has been really, really down this year. Like the NFL Patriots suck, and then all the people that stormed the White House were called Patriots. And I feel like I'm a fucking patriot because I love this country and I love America. But the word patriot now seems like a bad word, right?
Yeah, you know, there's a thing I read recently where somebody asked, "Is the American flag now a divisive symbol in the U.S.?"
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It is. That's crazy.
I mean, you know, if you're flying it prominently, does it say something about who you are, or does it put you in a camp? You know, there's crazy shit going on with that. I don't know. I'm not sure I know exactly what the answer is there, but yeah, this co-opting and distortion of the word patriot, I don't get that either, man. It's not what people are labeling themselves. The people who are labeling themselves as patriots don't seem to be the ones who are being very patriotic in my eyes. I don't think that.
Do you think there could have been? I know, but do you think there could have been people there that were just being patriotic and kind of got caught up in it, or they were there and they didn't go into the Capitol?
Yeah, I know. I have a friend. I told you about my friend.
I
tried to get him on here, and he backed out. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, he backed out. Of course,
he backed out because he was catching a lot of heat on it. But I was talking to him about it the other day, and he didn't get caught up in it. And so I think there's probably some people who got caught.
But he went there to be patriotic, of course, right?
Well, right, because he believed in the cause or whatever. He believed in, to me,
Which I cannot wait to get your two answers on the next question, because let's just be real, because that's what we do on this show. Okay. Scott is older, white dude, grew up in King William County. Dante, so you're both. So what are you, Generation X, Scott?
Yeah.
And you're Generation Z, right?
I think. I don't know the numbers between that.
Is he a millennial? How old are you? 35. Yeah, so millennial, right? I think my son is Z. Thomas's generation is Z.
Gen Z.
Yes. So, you guys definitely grew up in different paths. So I'd like to hear the answer to this. The impeachment, the second impeachment after this dude already left office. Dante, start with you. How do you feel about it? You think they should do some shit like that, or like, yo, he's gone, bro? Go ahead.
Waste of time. It's too much stuff going on in this country to be worried about what another person's doing after they got kicked out of their house. I mean, let's be honest. He's no longer he's no longer the president.
He did get kicked out of his house.
Yeah, so he's no longer president. I mean, if they do their job, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, then we'll gladly all vote for, the people that are doing what they're supposed to do. But if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then of course people will re-vote for them. But you're wasting time when you have people out here who need money, need jobs, and we're trying to get jobs reopened, and we're worried about what this guy's doing. He's already kicked off every social media, platform. Yeah. So why are we beating a dead horse? Why are we still giving him energy? I love him or hate him. If you hate him, then just let him be over there, But you're trying to work on something to help people out. So why are you sitting there trying to impeach somebody that's already gone? What good does this do for this economy?
Yeah, that's you, Dante. You took the words out of my mouth. So Scott, now it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna take the other side of this, but not just for fun. All right. I'm not disagreeing with anything you said, with anything you guys said. I think, we've got a lot of problems facing us. Here's the trouble with not impeaching, is then there's no consequence. Now, let me back up. If you believe that Trump was responsible for inciting the riot, then you have to impeach him, because there has to be consequences. Now, think of it this way. What's to stop the next guy, and I'm not saying Biden or whoever, but the next person who decides to do this from trying the same thing?
Scott.
Of actually trying to incite a riot right before the end of their term, because they got nothing to lose and nothing's going to happen to them.
Yeah, but that's not what they're not doing it for the next guy. They're making sure he's not the next guy.
Well, now I think that's valid too.
That's why they're doing it.
But
because he got 75 million votes, and in 4 years, when all these people are pissed off at Biden, you know the cycle. You get this, and then they want the opposite. He comes back in 4 years from now, and he's president again. We already know he got the support, right? So that's why they're doing it. It's not for the next guy. It's to keep him out, which might not be a bad idea, but it is kind of messed up.
I'm gonna disagree with you. Well, first of all, even if that were the case, I think anybody who incites a riot and insurrection against their own government should not be allowed to run for political office again. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, and that's the only way they can do that, right?
However, it's not necessarily the only way. There's like a 14th Amendment thing they might be able to do. But through impeachment, basically, I don't think that they can throw him out unless he gets convicted. They know that Republicans, there's not going to be 67.
Oh yeah, no. I think Dante and I we would agree with you if we thought for one hot second that they were actually going to convict him.
But can I say something? I know I might be off tilt, but from what I read, I was heard that if you get impeached, that still doesn't stop you, even if you get convicted, unless it's a conviction of against the country, that he would still be able to run. Like he would still be able to run for office. So what part of that will stop? I don't know.
That's what they charged him with. That's what they charged him.
Right. If he gets convicted, then they have a second vote on whether or not to keep him from having office ever again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's never happening. That's never happening.
Well, that's why I say they might be. This might be tilting at windmills for them. But at least they're showing that this is a process that has to happen. You cannot walk away from this office having done something like this without consequences. Even if they fail to get the 2/3 required votes, there has to be something to say you can't do this. We can't. This is not allowed. Yeah. Now there's some political theater to it too, because of course, they're going to have all the Republicans who voted against, convicting him are going to have to be on record as that, and so that's a political game too. But if you believe that Trump actually did this thing that is illegal and basically treason.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If he went up on that stump and was like, let's go down there, you guys break into that place and take those senators and kill them. But if you listen to the speech, which I did like 3 times, he's definitely whistleblowing or dog whistling, but can you convict him of it?
Right, so you can, because it's not a criminal trial. You can convict him. And I'm not necessarily disagreeing with what you're saying. He did not explicitly say, go down there and break in and hang Mike Pence and kill Pelosi and all that stuff. He didn't say that explicitly. But in order to convict in the Senate, he didn't have to say that explicitly. And it
froze up on us.
That's where it gets a little shift. Is the ability to say things that imply without holding him responsible. He can say things that he wants people to do without incriminating himself, and that's a gift that he has, which is it's a weird gift. But
yeah, he's good at it.
So let's just say, for sake of argument, we're not sure if he would be convicted of that. Isn't then an impeachment trial the way you determine whether or not he's guilty? I mean, that's the way it works in the rest of our society. You're innocent until proven guilty, but you still have to go to trial, right? So I don't know. I think that there's a bigger question here about what people will be allowed to get away with in the future if this goes.
Dante, he's talking about the white justice system. You see, he said they're innocent till proven guilty. I know you don't get that.
I didn't want to say that. But my point to that is that if we clearly know that there's not really any consequence other than you not running anymore. Dude's old. He's not really. Even if he doesn't run again, it don't matter. My thing is this: I could care less. I'm not a Trump fan. I don't really want to hear much more about him. I mean, it's out of sight, out of mind. He's not on any social media platforms. But we're wasting valuable time, and we have other things in this country, like jobs are closing down. It's too much going on to worry about this. Like, this ain't the time. To me, honestly, if it was a regular where everybody was at work and he did all this, to me, it's a waste of time. It's people out there.
You don't think that there's a possibility that they can do both? Because that's what Biden has worked out with them, is you're going to split days on this trial. Is going to be half of the day you're working on. There's going to be this impeachment.
Yeah, but
the other half is going to be legislation.
But you know as well as I do, they don't do shit. When they don't have to split it, they don't get shit done.
And go on vacations. You're going to give us, it took them from April to give us another stimulus check all the way to December, and they barely beat the deadline to give us $600. And my point is this, it's like, even if you like I said, love but hate him, his time is passed. He's gone. It's done.
Yeah, put it in NFL terms. NFL terms. He got cut, and now you're going to try to find him? Like, he's cut.
No,
he's gone.
Anyway,
I understand what you're saying about.
I get your perspective on that, Dante. I don't, I think there's a bigger picture thing here, but I certainly, if they decided to move on, I think you're right. I think he's done. I think he's a thing of the past in the very near future.
So, let me ask both of y'all, because I don't know. Also, is there a time limit on when they can impeach him? Does it have to be directly after he leave the house? Is there like a window they have? Or
there's not. No.
Okay.
No. Because, and see, what they're saying is this is first of all, it's constitutional because he was the impeachment articles that was voted on before he left office.
Okay.
But there are a couple of precedents in history of this country of officials being impeached while they were out after they had left office. And so there's not really a time limit on it. I think that there's a strike while the iron is hot kind of thing, while this is still fresh in everybody's mind, particularly January 6th. I mean,
if they wait, they'll never get it.
If it's strike while the iron's hot, are we just going off of people's emotions? Like, because most people, like, they tell you don't argue with nobody when you freshly sit back and think about it. So do they think that if everybody sits back and think about it, they will just be like, we don't care no more? Because to me, why can't they fix the economy and worry about, the stimulus checks, the unemployment, getting people back to work first? Then after they got us back, that's a whole year. Then they go into doing all of this. But it's like they're just trying to pile all this on for what? Like, is it that necessary for it to be done this fast?
That's what I'm telling you. It's not, except that they want to make sure he never runs again.
Well,
that's 100% what it's about.
I still think you have to take into account that this is a show of the rule of law. That even if they don't want him to run again, and they shouldn't, it's a rule of law. Jason, you're right.
Jason,
there's a short attention span.
Oh, Jason Parks. I was like, who the fuck is Jason? I'm G and he's Dante.
Yeah.
That's true.
Jason's right here. But you said, are they working on emotions? Yeah. I mean, what part of politics isn't emotions anymore?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying they're not. I don't know if they're worried about somebody else being a dumbass like him and doing something like that. I do think it's to make sure dumbass or his sons don't get back in there. And you can't tell me he's not going to run again, because he already set up an office in Florida and talking about changing a third party to the Patriot Party. Like, he's definitely going to run again.
It's a grift. I don't think he can win again. Of course, I didn't think he'd win the first time, but there's the.
I think so. There's mad Biden. There's mad Biden hate already, bro. Already a week in, I feel like we're 3 years in and he ain't done shit.
Ain't even been a good month.
Yeah, it's been a rough month. It's been a rough start to 2020 dragged on for about 3 weeks.
And the 2021's like, hold my beer, bitch.
Yeah. I hope not.
Yeah, we gotta pay the bills real quick. So if you want to take a quick break, now's the time to do it. But when we pop back in from commercial, it's just gonna be you two up for a minute because I gotta go to the bathroom. But just stand by to stand by. If you need a drink, gotta get up, stretch your legs or something, Let's do it now. Do you have fitness equipment? Do you need your fitness equipment repaired? Are you sick and tired of not knowing who to call? Well, I'm telling you, I got all the answers. Commonwealth Fitness Solutions, located right here in the Richmond area. Phone number 804-501-6645. Hit them on the website, www.commonwealthfitness.com. For all your needs, local, business, veteran, owned, and operated. Commonwealth Fitness Solutions is driven to provide outstanding customer service and top-tier technical service for all manufacturers. It's a big, big problem in this world today. You can't trust anyone to come in your house and give you good customer service and fix your equipment the right way. You can be assured that all your repairs will be efficiently and promptly taken care of. They service commercial fitness centers, corporate wellness centers, and residential fitness rooms. The service technician dispatched for your fitness equipment service is not only factory trained technician, but also an avid fitness enthusiast. We understand that day your fitness equipment goes out of service is the day your health and wellness goals are not being met. Allow Commonwealth Fitness Solutions to gain your confidence and trust by allowing us to repair your service your treadmills, ellipticals, exercise bikes, and strength units. Okay, now the live reads up. This is a great company. I mean, anything you need done, these are the services. Easy to use website. I'm trying to click on the wrong screen. Fitness equipment service and repair. Any piece of equipment, you name it, they work on it. Very easy to navigate through their webpage. Here's their contact information. They also do fitness equipment preventative maintenance. A lot of people don't realize how important preventative maintenance is. I mean, it's probably the most important, and a lot of companies don't provide that. Also, fitness equipment assembly. So they do assembly, service and repair, preventative maintenance, and also consultation. If you're building a gym in your house, you want some recommendations on what could go where and how much room you need to do this exercise. I mean, very, very, very knowledgeable staff. Again, website's easy to navigate. If you want to put in a work order, I mean, it's so easy. Put your name, where the equipment is located, email address, telephone number. They give you a call back. I mean, sometimes, I mean, as soon as you put in the work order, you might get somebody to call you back. And that's where this company stands. They stand on their customer service, okay? I mean, you can have anybody come fix your treadmill. I wouldn't recommend it, but these guys, they're just top notch. All right, give them a call. They service residential in the Richmond Metro, Charlottesville, and Williamsburg, commercial area, Richmond.
I'll be on like another 30. I'll probably get super.
We back.
Back into this.
Well, after you get off this?
Yeah.
We back.
I'm going to
We back.
get my phone no juice.
We're back.
I think you cut off your commercial, man.
Yeah, I hit the wrong one. That's the super long one. I meant to hit the early one. I have like a 30-second one and a 3-minute one. I think I hit the 8-minute one. Anyways, we're about 58 minutes in. It was a good one, but anything else you want to talk about, Scott?
I don't think so.
So I think we've had some good chemistry, so we just go on little rants and shit. We covered a lot of shit, but
we did over 2 hours.
I know what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the all the memes that are coming out. First of all, what is the Bernie Sanders with the mittens on thing? Like, what did I miss? I've seen it everywhere, but I don't know where it started or where it came from.
From him at the inauguration.
Yeah, he was at the inauguration sitting by himself.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll talk about it. He only owns one coat. He's got these mittens.
He's like these cocksuckers. I was supposed to be president twice, bitch.
That he got his mail with him. He's like, I love, my favorite one is Bernie looking like the inauguration is on his to-do list, but it ain't his whole day.
Yeah, no shit. Those mittens are dope, though. I wanted to talk about that, and we could save the other one for another podcast because it's way too big. But the other thing was Dante, especially. I don't know about you, Scott. See, me and Dante probably just need to do a sports podcast, period. But tell me what you think about your boy getting knocked the fuck out. Oh, Con. Who the fuck is that guy?
All right. He wasn't
ready. I know he wasn't ready.
I blame Dana White, and I tell you why I blame Dana White. Conor McGregor wanted to fight his 3 to 4 times. Dana White refused to let him fight because he said they didn't have enough people in the arena for it to be worth him to pay for. Now we know fighters have to have their timing. They have to have their training camp. You throw Conor McGregor in there, he ain't fought in a year, and it's like the sport's getting away from him.
Did the other guy fight recently?
Oh yeah, he lost to Khabib from what I remember. I think he lost to Khabib.
But it was a long time ago though, right?
I think he had one more fight between. I can't quite remember, but he's an active fighter. He's more active than McGregor. McGregor hasn't fought. He beat Cowboy in with some of the most nastiest shoulder shrugs you would ever see.
I know,
bang bang, and it was over.
They did that shit again in that fight too.
Right, but prior to that, he didn't fight much. He just, he went to box. He boxed a little bit. He lost to Khabib. It's Dana White. Put it like this. He's trying to make money, but now I understand that these fighters need to fight.
I get it though. I didn't know that was the reason. He's right. Like we're gonna have 4 Conor McGregor fights and make no money.
Yeah. So, but is he right though? Because here's the thing. Now you don't have no Conor McGregor fights that's gonna make money because nobody's gonna keep paying to see him not just lose, but he hypes it up. He Mayweathers himself, but he loses. So you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, because he's got a bunch of losses now. I always wanted to ask you this, and I probably already know just by that little fucking noise you just made. Nate Diaz whooped his ass the first. There's no the first one was an ass whooping. Me and Frankie watched that fight again about a month ago. I've watched it 6 times. And if you're you are an MMA fan, this motherfucker goes to BW3s until 1:30 in the morning watching fights with his boys. Like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And if you don't think that second fight was a draw, at least. Now that I go back and watch it, Nate might have beat him twice, but it was the cash cow, right? That's when he was hot.
No, Conor McGregor kept putting him on his back. And regardless of what
Nate, that's what Nate likes though. Nate wants to be on his back.
No, but you start on your feet. If me and you get to fight, and every time I hit you, go and lay down and tell me come on and give you a hug, I'm not doing that. This is a fight.
That's what he wants him to do, though.
Don't matter though. That's why he lost.
But he's a black belt.
If he's a black belt, he takes him down versus get punched in the face and lay down. Like that don't make sense. Like every time he hit him with a 2-piece, he want to lay down and say, "Come on, get in my guard." And Conor's like, "No, get up. We fighting. We're not wrestling, tussling." As you can see, that's why he lost against Poirier. He was worried about Poirier. He was worried about him taking him down. And was defending his stuff, but he didn't see them leg kicks. And when them leg kicks came, he said his knee looked like a fucking American football. When he went back in the locker room, he fucked his legs up. But that's what he did to Nate. Remember, he took Nate's leg out in that second fight. He beat the shit out of Nate's leg. Nate couldn't even put no weight on it. And that's why
Conor McGregor did it. Yeah, I want to see that. You want to see the rubber match, right? Is that the next fight?
No.
What's the next fight? You don't want to see. You don't want to see boy come out of retirement and just straight murk him again, dude.
I mean, if you Dana White, you don't put him in the ring with Nate Diaz. You put him in the ring with some guy that's up and coming and get another guy.
I'm saying what's the last big fight? Like what's the big fight for Conor?
He's
got 3 left on his contract. He got 3 left on his contract. Let's say he fights Nate. Let's say he fights Nate in one of them. And then doesn't he have another rematch coming with this guy? They're 1-1, right?
Yeah, but you don't give him the rubber match. You put first. This is what you do. You put Conor in there with some another guy like Cerrone when they first put him in there to get his confidence back. Then the next fight you put him in there with another guy that's close. So you get him
Ferguson.
It's a close one, but you can't.
Yeah.
But you got to keep you can't keep making him lose. You put in a Diaz, he might lose. Off the strength of Diaz hits him with a nice one, he goes out. Now you have no money. He's worthless. You have to give another win to make.
They said that they said that this loss Dana cost him probably $150 million on his next fight.
That's Dana's fault though. Dana should have gave him a bum fight. You know, it's just not a bum because these guys are professionals. So that's disrespectful. They should have gave him a lesser, a person that ain't on his level yet. So Conor could go in there and look.
Yeah, there you go. Jason's saying what you're saying. You just got to give him a decent but beatable opponents right now.
Exactly. Yeah, because you want to.
Scott, you don't watch MMA, do you?
I don't watch it, man. I am.
I haven't watched. I watch it more now. Earlier on in the days, I couldn't watch it. It's too violent. I don't like, especially the girls, man.
Too violent.
Yeah, like I'm talking about back in the day, motherfuckers throwing straight elbows to the face and shit. Like, I was like, nah, bro, I can't. I don't like to see people get beat up like that. I'm not that guy. I'm just not that guy. And the girls bother me a little bit too. I don't mind the jujitsu shit, but when they just start pounding each other in the face, it just don't look right to me. It's like, damn, don't hit her. Don't fucking hit her.
I remember when boxing was the thing, and that's always the thing that
he watches boxing too. Like, what did you do during the Mayweather Conor fight? Because you're a big fan of both, right?
Yeah.
Who did you root for?
Mayweather.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
That's my guy.
I root for Mayweather. You know why I root for Mayweather? I think he gets a bad rap. He gets a real bad rap for boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing is a sport, and everybody's so used to the era of Tyson knocking people out, they forget that boxing is actually a sport. When you're in the Olympics, nobody's knocking anybody out. Mayweather fought it like a sport. And regardless of what you say, he was the guy that you wanted to see lose. You didn't pay to see Mayweather win. You paid to see him lose, but you paid to see him. And the problem is, after Mayweather, they treated him like, oh, he picked every fight. He didn't deserve it. And it's kind of like when we as people now these days like to tear down greatness.
He's a GOAT. He's a GOAT, right?
I ain't gonna say that.
He's a GOAT. I mean, you could not like his defensive shit, but I mean, pound for pound, who is it?
I don't know, man. Roy Jones is better than Mayweather in his prime.
Roy
Jones is better. Roy Jones in his prime versus Mayweather in his prime. I'm going Roy Jones all day. I'm just being honest, and that's off the top of my head. I mean, it's just the different divisions, different thoughts. I don't think he's the GOAT only because at the end, like one of them numbers, Conor McGregor shouldn't be counted. He should be 49-0. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I like him. I like Mayweather, but he's 49-0, and his last few fights, he kind of.
They're just like, didn't he fight some Japanese dude or something?
Yeah, they didn't count that. It was an exhibition match. They didn't count that one, but
they counted Conor though.
Yeah,
that was sanctioned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that don't count.
Yeah, but he's 50-0, and that's fine. Roy Jones got close to that. I mean, there's a lot of boxers that went out early that you could call. I mean, I'm not gonna say you the GOAT because you beat up whatever the competition. I just think it's just it's just the times and eras. I'm a time and era type guy. Like, even though I call LeBron the GOAT, and I'm an era guy. I can tell you straight up. Do I believe Jordan's the GOAT? Yes, I believe that each era has its own GOAT. You can't connect those. So when I say GOAT, I'm talking about.
I could kind of respect. Oh, trust me, dude. We're gonna get into this in another podcast. Trust me, because one day he told me his GOAT was Shaquille O'Neal. And I was like, yo, I respect that. Probably the most dominant player in NBA history, but I wouldn't say he's a GOAT. Can't hit a three, can't hit a jumper, can't hit a free throw. Not going to be a GOAT to me, but he said it was his GOAT. And I'm like, okay, so he must. That's what I'm saying. I could say because you're your favorite player, but you can't tell him he's your GOAT.
Nah, he's not my GOAT, but he
can't be your GOAT. He can't be your GOAT.
Yeah, LeBron. I mean, Shaq's my favorite player. Like, anytime, if it was Shaq playing, I don't care who. Back in the day, I'm putting on the Shaq. I'm putting on the Shaq game. I don't care about threes. I didn't care about free throws. I just like the dominance. Like, I'm watching Shaq. Shaq dunks on you. When I was younger and I watched Shaq, oh yeah, it's all day.
Oh my God, dude. You can't even go in the paint. Like, talk about, I mean, you could say, I know Kareem and Wilt and all them, but there was nothing like him standing in that paint. What you gonna do? You ain't bringing it in here. You ain't bringing it in here, bitch. But God, I always said that I used to say this back in the day when he was winning championships. And people be like, he might be the best ever. Like, yo, if he starts hitting his free throws and develops even a little 3-foot jumper, he probably will be the GOAT, and he probably leading the league. And they created a defense called Hack-a-Shaq. and they still use it against players that can't shoot. You notice all these big men today, all of them can shoot, right? I just seen Joel Embiid hit I saw Joel hit a fucking three. Your boy at the Lakers hits threes.
Nah, he been slacking, man. Don't do that. AD been slacking. He been missing free throws, but man. He got to hit the gym.
I know, but he been hitting 3-pointers. Like, he can shoot from outside. You got to respect it. Back in the day, they were just rim blockers, man. Just don't fucking come into my paint, and we all right, you know? But anyways, so let's set it up. We'll set it up. Me and you, we'll just go through all of our sports problems. We'll go from fucking Mayweather to Tiger to Tom Brady to fucking anybody you want, and we'll do that damn thing. I really appreciate you coming on today, Dante. Now you know how it works. You know what we got to do. We're trying to do this every Tuesday at 8:00. You want to jump on? You got something to talk about? You know the digits. Hit me up. Love you, kid. You got anything to put out before you go?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm definitely good.
All right. Shout out. He's got the what is your collectible thing again?
DNA Collectibles.
Yeah, DNA Collectibles. Check him out on Facebook. Dante Smith is his name. If you want to become friends with him on Facebook, he's a cool ass motherfucking cat. Love you, kid. We'll see you next week, man.
Dante, nice meeting you. Man.
You too. I'll see y'all next week.
All right.
All right, what up, dog?
I
told you Dante would be a sweet dude. He's all he's got some good perspective.
Yeah, I'll just come on and listen to you guys talk sports, man.
I know. That's why I felt bad. Me and him are going to do it, though. I think we could do a good hour easy just talking. Like, even I told him, like, we could just, like I told you earlier, we could make little 15, 20-minute videos on current events in sports. You know, when something happens like Connor going down the next day, we just come into the lab, record it. We don't have to be live, and then we can play it and then worry about it later. But yeah, we had a lot of interaction tonight. Shout out to everybody. You got anything else, man? I know you got to listen. You said you got a lot to get off your chest.
I always got a lot to get off my chest, man. I just wanted to get back in the swing with this thing, man. It's been a couple weeks, and we
gotta be. The only thing it takes is everybody's like, "Oh, you need fancy cameras or this stupid ass green screen." Oh, did you see? Did you want to check out my new house that I bought? This podcast has been blowing up, dude. It's just ridiculous. Look at this motherfucker. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit.
I like
you can't see it, but I got a little grand piano in the back, dog. I ain't fucking around. Look at that shit, boy. Can't hide money.
That's right. I actually got a green screen that I bought a while back, but
it's dope. You can use it if you go right now. If you click on camera settings, you'll see green screen, and you can do yours, which wouldn't be a bad idea for that fucking granola ass fucking clean as a whistle ass room you got there.
I know it. It kind of.
You got the two posters. You got the two posters up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what's apparently I just painted my room the same color, but grays are in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like throw some gray on that shit. Some gray, that shit look dope.
Yeah, I got a whole plan for the room eventually, but it's not my highest priority. Most of the time I spend most of my day in here looking right at these two computer screens. So
how's business? You busy?
Pretty good actually. Picking up. I hired a guy toward the end of last year, contractor to do some appointment setting basically.
Wow.
Yeah,
you got an employee?
Well, I got multiple people that work for me.
Cool.
He's just one of the dudes, but I don't consider myself a salesperson, but this guy is actually has a particular skill set in developing leads and setting appointments. So and he's done a great job. So I've had a lot of great conversations lately. Just signed a new client that he brought me last week. Got multiple other things going on. Yeah, it's me, Ballyhoo Digital.
Doing that.
Yeah, my website needs a little update.
I like it. It's like sleek. So I don't know. I still know what you do, but we'll read a little bit of this From SEO to PPC to email and more. We cover a full spectrum of digital marketing. So basically data-driven, client-centric. I don't even know what ROI means.
Brother, return on investment.
Return on investment.
Yeah.
So if I am a small business and let's read a couple of your testimonials. I hired Ballybu Digital to conduct an SEO. What's that mean?
Search engine optimization
Audit of our site and provide a high-level to-do list to help prioritize my team's work. Their findings were the foundation of a SEO and content strategy that helped our company improve rankings over a 2-year period. I trust Ballyhoo to be thorough, almost the same word, expedient and straightforward. They are transparent in an industry where experts depend on smoke and mirrors to mask their efforts. That's a 5-star review from the president of LogoGarden.com, Tom Theory. So if you have say I fix treadmills or cut grass, how could you help me? Or is it more for corporate kind of business?
No, well, we do have a particular size range of clients, and it's usually not the real small guys because we do a lot of what I call comprehensive marketing. So we build a big strategy and put a lot of pieces together. But in general, what we would do is, let's say you fix treadmills. All right, let's talk about what your business challenges are. What is it that you need? You're going to need more customers, of course, but are there particular types of customers that you're looking for? Are you having a hard time reaching particular types of customers that you'd like to have more of? We try to understand the business first, and then we figure out a plan to help the business succeed. That's really the top of the list. Honestly, I tell people all the time, I say, we're not in this to cash checks. I mean, I get paid, but it's more, I really like learning about businesses. I really like helping businesses grow, and that's first and foremost the most important thing.
That's awesome.
If I can't help you, then I'll let you know.
Yeah. It's like, would you be able to help with a situation like this? Let me see if I can put this the right way. So, a customer needs some help with their treadmill, say, and all the customers that seem to be calling you or contacting you through your website are from the same manufacturer. Another company, probably your direct competitor, all their clients that come in are not those manufacturers. Could you fix that?
So you want more than just one manufacturer?
Yeah, it's like every work order that comes in seems to be from a certain manufacturer.
Yeah.
And I know other people at other companies, and they don't even get that manufacturer, but they get different ones and only different ones.
So let me ask you this: how are they coming to you? I mean, is that manufacturer?
I guess Google driven. They type in.
So, but the manufacturer isn't directly sending them.
No,
okay.
No ties with them whatsoever.
Then the answer is yes. We can get you more people finding your website and your business for other manufacturers.
All right, that's what I want to talk about. All right, I'm gonna set up a meeting between you, me, and my business partner. We'll go to lunch one day. We can make it in Mechanicsville. Maybe we can have a picnic on your porch because I know you ain't going to no restaurant.
If it's just you, I might let you in the house.
Yeah, if you want to reach out to Scott, ballyhoodigital.com or 804-803-1898. That's it looks like his home address. I don't think we should give that out, but it's been on the screen for 10 minutes.
Not my address anymore.
Okay, there you go. Go to his old house, 6038 Ironworks Court. Knock on the door, say, hey, do you know where Scott lives? You can come to the website, send a message. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to copy my business partner because we've been talking about doing this. So hit him up, man. You never know. Maybe he can't help you. He said, I'll be honest with you. What's it worth? A phone call? You never know. You could be the next Jeff fucking Bezos. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Billie Jean? Well, I think that's it, Scott, unless you got to get something off your chest.
I think that's going to do it for this week, man. I appreciate it.
Man.
Fun.
All right, man.
Next Tuesday.
Let's try Tuesday 7:30. Let's try Tuesday 7:30.
I'm sure I'll have some other shit to get off my chest next week.
Oh yes. What I've been doing ever since I talked to you and got your text, I was so excited. Oh, maybe I should check that. I've been adding to my notebook on things that I wanted to talk about. Of course, I can't find it right now. But for real, I thought about this today. This is a random thought. But shout out to all the young women in my high school that allowed me to cheat off their papers. Because someone posted, one of my friends that allowed me to do so posted something on Facebook, and she don't ever post. I forgot I was friends with her, and I was like, oh my God, I remember her. She was so awesome, dude. I would just sit down and she would slide the paper over so I could just write it down real quick. She was great. And a double shout out to the young women that would do my homework for me and then bring it to the class. I was like, I don't know if I would have got through high school without these young women. I'm not going to shout them out. I'm not going to tag them in the podcast. If they want to come on and talk about it, you know who you are. Look at you. You know who you are. Thank you. All right, Scotty.
All right, man.
Another episode in the books, man. I appreciate it.
Sure. I'll talk to you real soon. We'll figure out what's on the plan for next week.
Yeah, even if you just throughout the week think of something that pops in your head, shoot it over in a text, man. I'll put it on my list and we'll get it right. Thank you, sir.
All right, man.
Appreciate you, boy.
Thank everybody for listening and watching.
See ya. Oh, shout out to everybody. What a great show. TJ Bell, Norman Goodori, my dad joined the show today. My mom always comes on. My dad never comes on. I didn't even know that he knew that I was doing this. So that's awesome. Shout out to my dad. Without my dad, I wouldn't be here. Jason Parks, TJ Bell, Latoya Smith. Hi, Dad, Nene. I probably should have put that on the screen when Dante was in here. Jason Parks, you're really active in the comments. Herbie Withers, shout out to Herbie Withers, always checking in every single week. Jason Parks, you're coming on the show, bro. It's just a matter of time. You coming on the show. That's all there is to it. Even I told my son Thomas, yeah, he's got the same name as me, and I told him that I was trying to get you on the podcast. He was like, "Oh, that'd be hilarious. Jason is so funny," and he hasn't known you since he was 7. He said you were so funny. But thank y'all for coming out. God, do me a favor. Just share this shit, man. We're just trying to share this shit with the world. And all you gotta do is hit the button. That's all you gotta do. That's all I'm asking. All the shit I do for you, you can look at this house. I ain't asking for sponsorships. I ain't asking for donations. I paid for that couch. You know what I'm saying? I paid for that couch. So do me a favor and just hit the share button. Okay? Just hit the share button. Oh, he's out of here. Jason Parks. Just a quick question. Uh-oh. Just a quick question. Great show, guys. It was fun listening to you guys. Take care. See, Jason Parks, he's becoming an OG. Uh-oh, Jason Parks still here. Are you going to come on the show? They paying me to ask a question? No. No payments here. Inside joke. They pay me to ask a question. Inside joke with who? I don't even get that one. You could have named 17 inside jokes. That's what I told my wife when I told her that I wanted you to come on. I said, man, we could just hit. She's like, yeah, but inside jokes between you two aren't going to make anybody else laugh. She's right. She's right about that. She is right about that. It's an inside joke with me? Wait, let me read it again. They pay me to ask a question. Oh, God. Phil, no way. Yeah, they're paying you in fucking fake ass goddamn Bahrain bucks, whatever you call them. This dude that we used to work with named Phil, he would try to get us to invest in these. What the hell did he call them? Drachmas? They're not drachmas. That's Greece. They were when Iraq was rebuilding as a country or something, they came up with their own money, and he was buying this shit by the millions in their money, hundreds and probably thousands in our money. He was like, I'm telling you, man, you're going to be working at this scooter store for the next 22 years unless the FBI raids this motherfucker. But if they don't raid us, which they did, Iraq, yeah, he bought all this money and he almost got me. I was like, yo, Jason, if he's right about this, we can spend $100 and be a millionaire. And Jason said, gee, it's not even serialized. It was just pieces of paper. There was no fucking serial to it, no serial numbers, no nothing. And he bought thousands of dollars worth. Like, if he was right, he's rich right now. But I think he was wrong. I think we made the right decision, Jason. Maybe next Tuesday, Jason. Next Tuesday, 7:30. Same great play, same great channel, same place, same great channel, same great channel, same place. Yeah, all that shit. Next Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Join the show, share the show, be a part of the show. And one day you can have a living room like this. Look at that fucking fireplace. Huh? You get it. I know you get it. Just me and you, kid. And when you going to change that profile picture? All right, y'all. Love you. Thanks for coming out. Smooches.